So he gives the terms like Mata and Pita, but he is both the material and the efficient cause. Efficient cause or the intelligent cause, which is the reason why a thing was created. And material is what was used to create it. So, so both the things is Bhagwan only. So we don't see, that's why in the previous verse, Bhagwan says, I am everything, so there is nothing that I am not. Just to recap the last verse, aham kratum aham yajnaha swadhayam aham aushadham mantro aham ev ajyam aham agnim aham hutam. So वही जो सेम ब्रह्मार्पणम वाला we did with changing it to aham. So that's how we have to take that, And then he says, Vedyam Pavitram Omkara. Vedyam means that which is worth knowing. That which is, oh, sorry, I didn't cover the Mata Dhata Pitama. So what is Dhata? Dhata is the one which is sustaining it. Or we can say Dhata is which gives. That's where the word Data also comes from. So Dhata, same word is also used in Vidhata, the one who is going to give the results of your karma. So karma phala data. So this is how we can we see that because when we talk about Bhagwan, or Paramatma, we can say nothing can actually be born out of it. Not that nothing can be born out of it, nothing, nor it can become anything. So it stays as it is. But what appears is what is projected by Bhagwan. So Bhagwan alone is seeing it, Bhagwan alone is projecting it, Bhagwan alone is the creator and sustainer and all that, The whole cycle is Bhagwan only. So that understanding first about Bhagwan, that this is what Bhagwan is, that is Gyan. And understanding that it is no different than me. That which is because of which I am alive, because of which I am able to experience, my real identity is that alone. So Bhagwan is neither born, nor it can change, nor it can, so that's the the definition of Bhagwan that we are talking about. So because it can neither be the cause or the effect. So we may say that Bhagwan is the cause because we don't have any other way of explaining it. So anyways, because we see in terms of, see that sometimes the texts are written so that we can understand with our current conditioning. This is how we see the world. So we say, okay, Bhagwan is the cause. Chalo, khatam hua kissa, and we can, we stop questioning. But when we go deeper into it, we realize that there is nothing other than Bhagwan. That's the main point here. So it becomes the Vedyam. Vedyam means worth knowing. What else is there to know? There is really nothing that is worth spending time on. So this is the Bhagwan is saying, I am Vedyam. Vedyam is that which is the most important thing to know. And what is that? Pavitram Omkaram. That purifier Omkar is me. So Omkar is given a lot of importance in Hindu texts, The whole Mandukya Upanishad is nothing but explanation of what Omkar is. Even Kathopanishad, major portion is talking about Omkar only. In Mundaka Upanishad, it says take yourself as the bow and take the arrow of Omkar, and that will take you to the destination, which is Brahman. So Omkar is the tool, because there are many other definitions, but without going into that, but it is the purifier. Pavitram aham, that Pavitram Omkar, that it is the I am that Omkar, which is the purifier. That's how we should take that. It is the most purifying Om. So, Keta, how do you know all these text things that you are talking about? Keta, because I am that, what is the Pramanam? Keta, Pramanam is Vedas. So I am the Rig, Sam, Yajur, Vedacha. So I am the all of the Veda, all the knowledge together is me alone. I am the Pramana of what I am saying also. Because all these things that I am talking about is also in the Vedas. So Ved is our Pramana. Just in case somebody asks, how do you know all that? Because that's in the Vedas. Now let's go to the next one. There are so many words in here, and most of the words are in Vishnu Sahasranam also. So when we talk about the verse 18, it is like mini Sahasranam. So Gatir Bharta Prabhu Sakshi Nivasa Sharanam Suhrat Prabhava Pralaya Sthanam Nidhanam Bijamavyayam. So Gati is speed, Gati is destination, Gati is the goal where you are going. जैसे कहते हैं कर्म की गति न्यारी न्यारी. There's I think this is from Kumar Gandharv song. Gati is all these words. So goal. Now what Bhagavan is saying, this Gati means the goal, the ultimate destination. तो कहते हैं goal of all beings is me alone. Because see, everybody is seeking what? They are all seeking peace, they are all seeking happiness, and that is me. So when they come to me, they get that, because that's it is that place where all the desires are fulfilled. So anyways, because at the individual level, we do karmas. And the reason for doing karmas is what? Is to find happiness. We think by doing this, I'll be happier. That's why we get engaged in any karma. So Bhagavan says, so all these karmas are actually me only. They are coming to me only. So whether we call it destination, we call it, even the path is me. So you can say the destination is Bhagavan, but path is something else. No, path is also Bhagavan. Bhagavan has said, I am all the Vedas also, I am everything in the previous one. So whether it is Gyan ka phal or Karma phal, everything, the Gati is me. The ultimate goal that we are seeking, we may have temporary goals. Okay, I want short-term goals. That this is what I want. This is what will make me happy now. But the ultimate goal is happiness only, which is Bhagwan's nature. So, and Gati is also speed. So when we are actually seeking Bhagwan, Bhagwan helps speed up our sadhana. That's also Bhagwan's promise. I'll speed it up for you. So it says, and Gatir Bharta. Bharta means doer. So karma is, which is done, is also Bhagwan, and also the Bharta. The Bharta also means the one, in Hindi we say Bharan Poshan karne wala. The one who is going to nourish you. The one who is going to, when we say nourish, it could be physical nourishment, it could be emotional nourishment, it could be intellectual nourishment like education, do's and don'ts. Emotional could be love, affection, all these things. Then monetary, I need money for certain things. So सब देने वाला भगवान ही है, he is the Bharta. In some languages, Bharta is also the what they say for husband. तुम्हारा भरता कौन है जिसका तुम भरता बनाओ कहते हैं, भरता is the one who is nourishing you, who is taking care of all your needs. So that's Bhagwan. There's nobody else. Uh, and Bhagwan talks more about it in the later verses. So if you think about it, whether it is a small ant, or it is elephant, or it is human being, or any other creatures, whether they are on the earth, under the earth, in the sea, in the river, wherever they are, Bhagwan is taking care of each and everything, including the microbiomes in our system. So everything is being taken care of. So actually, Tulsidas ji has called Bharat ji as the Bharta. He says, Vishwa karan poshan kar joi, takar naam Bharat kar hoi. कि जो भगवान, because Bharat ji is also Bhagwan. So it says the role that Bharat ji is doing at this point, or the role of Bharat ji is of Bharta, of the one who is taking care of everybody. So then what is the next one? Prabhu. That's very nice. Gater Bharta Prabhu. Prabhu is, it's a very beautiful word. That means which is Sarva Samarth, which is capable of doing anything. कहता है जो the one who can turn Brahmaji into an ant, or ant into Brahmaji, or mosquito into Brahmaji, or Brahmaji into mosquito. So that's the power of Prabhu. Sarva Samarth. कहता है कर्तुम अकर्तुम अन्यथा कर्तुम शक्तः. That means the one who can do, undo, or otherwise do. All that is in the purview of Bhagwan's powers. So that is why he is called Prabhu. कहते हैं एक बार प्रभु, क्या था, एक बार प्रभु सुख आसीना, लक्ष्मण बचन कहे छल हीना. So Prabhu is recognized in Ramcharitmanas from the beginning. So that's why we call Prabhu the one who is Sarva Samarth, all powerful. So it has all possibilities. That means it can change or do anything, without having any issues. जब हनुमान जी met with Vibhishan, and they exchanged, that, okay, who I am and who you are and all that. And then Hanuman ji asked, I have a question for you. Where do I find Sita ji? So उसने कहा, well, actually no, it was not that. Before that, he met with Lankini. Sorry, I misspoke. So he spoke to Lankini, and so there was one incident where he hit Lankini, and when she got up, she realized that time has come for the Doot of Bhagwan has come now to save us. because she was also suffering, you know. To serve a person like Ravan, it can be a big suffering. So she says, okay, Ketan, now you have come here, do your whatever task you have come for. कहता है प्रबसी नगर की जे सब काजा हृदय राखी कौशलपुर राजा. अब जो है आप you go do your work, but the greatness of Bhagwan is garal sudha ripu karahi mitai, that Bhagwan can make garal sudha. Garal means poison. He can convert poison into Amrit. Garal Sudha. Sudha is Amrit. ये सुधा जी भी है हमारे यहाँ. That's the meaning, Sudha. Garal Sudha Ripu Karahi Mitai. That enmity can become the friendship, you know, that change can happen. And then Gopad Sindhu Anal Shitalai. Gopad Sindhu, the ocean which is so vast, you think you cannot cross it. कहता है it becomes the size of a Gopad. Gopad means, you know how in when you have like a rain or something and the cow is walking through it, then it has leaves a impression. Gopad means that size of little, you know, impression of the foot in which there is some water there. That whole Sindhu, the ocean becomes like that. And then Gopad Sindhu Anal Sitalai, and the fire becomes cold. So this is all Bhagwan's glory. So anything and everything can happen by Bhagwan. So, but question is, you know, the other word that comes about is Sakshi. So Sakshi is, it's a very powerful word. But normally when we talk about it, we think of something that is disinterested spectator. You know, so that really doesn't fit the role of Bhagwan. So we have to understand what is that Sakshi. Sakshi is the illuminator. Sakshi is the Chaitanya, the Shuddha Chaitanya, which is the ageless, birthless illuminator. So that never changes. The body will change, the mind will change, the intellect will change. All these things are being illuminated. All the changes of at any stage is being illuminated by Bhagwan. Drageva natu drishyate. But that witness never becomes an object of our, what do you call it, of a perception. So that which never becomes object of our perception, but it is the illuminator of everything that we can perceive, you know. So that is why it is so that drashta, the Sakshi is the illuminator. That's so Bhagwan is not just Sakshi, it is way more than that. It is but we say Sakshi because we don't see Bhagwan acting in any other way. At this time, it is just illuminating. Whatever we do, that act gets illuminated by both the perceiver and the perceived. Both are illuminated. You understand? Okay. So that's even if you go to a court, we need a Sakshi, you know, who is the witness? You know, do you have two signatures of the witness? That means you get a marriage certificate, you get land deed or anything. There is somebody who can witness that, yes, that is correct. You know, there was one story where the two students came to a guru and he wanted to test them out. So he gave each one a laddu. कहते जाओ, but go and eat this, but make sure that nobody is watching. So the first one found a isolated place, ate his laddu. The other one went around and, you know, came back with the laddu. He says, okay, why did you not eat? He says, wherever I went, there was somebody watching, either there was an ant or a bird or somebody was watching. And even I found a place where nobody was there, then I realized I am watching it, you know. So, so that is why there is always that witness, always that Sakshi is present who is witnessing everything, you know. So, and that Sakshi can come as avatar also, So now the next is Nivas. Yasmin Pranin Nivasanti. That means this is the dwelling place of everybody. Dwelling means where we reside, not in our home or. See, when we walk on earth, earth is Bhagwan. Drink water, that's Bhagwan, You name a thing that we say, okay, this is uh, because whether it is insects or whether it is for every char achar, for all the beings, the resting place is Bhagwan alone. That's what Bhagwan is telling, not us, no, not me. Bhagwan is saying, I am the Nivas. Because, in the story of Prahlad, when they asked, where do you see Bhagwan? Kehta, I am not seeing Bhagwan. I am in Bhagwan, It is, I am in his alingan. Like he is embracing me all the time. So he is taking care of me, protecting me all the time. So whether we breathe air, whether we, drink or everything is Bhagwan only. So that presence is there. Then Sharanam. Shri Krishna Sharanam Mama. So Sharanam is even Buddhism, So, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. So he says, I am the Sharanam. What is Sharanam? Where when you go there, you reduce your dukkha. कि जब किसी की शरण में आप मीन्स यू आर अंडर प्रोटेक्शन यू आर नॉट vulnerable anymore. You are being taken care of. So that's Sharanam. So, so it is like a shelter. It is like a protective environment, There was another one I remember. Ram Sharan Sukhadai. I don't remember the full, but this word I remember. So, so that is where the place where you get the ashray. Ashray means protection. So whether it is like a shade, when you come under a shade, you are protected from sun, you are protected from rain. So we say that's my ashray. That's where, or you come home. That's your ashray. So that is what Bhagavan is saying here. So where your how to say it, where your afflictions are removed. That's what Sharanam is, And then Suhrat. Suhrat means who's good hearted, who is friend, who is close to heart, So the one who has no expectation from you, who just loves you, takes care of you without expecting anything in return. So what तुलसीदास जी से कहता है ऐसो कौन उदार जग माही ऐसो कौन उदार जग माही बिन सेवा जो द्रवय दीन पर बिन सेवा जो द्रवय दीन पर राम सरस को नाही so who's more benevolent than Bhagwan so see, just like how did Bhagwan take care of Vibhishan? When Vibhishan met him, he did his Abhishek right away, without expecting what can he do for me in return. But, this is what Bhagwan does, like Ahilya Uddhar. There was just, Ahilya was in that state of, they say, in a Shila form. and Bhagwan took care of her. So point is that Bhagwan is the one who is taking care in all the forms. Prabhavaha. So I am the place of origin where the whole world emerges. So I am that Prabhavaha and Pralayaha. So those both, where they dissolve into. So I am the one from the where they came out, and I am the one where they go back to. Sthanam. So I am the one where they stay. After they come out and before they go in, where they stay is also me. So we can say, okay, Bhagwan, we have come out of Bhagwan. Good, thank you, Bhagwan. Let us, create our own world. No, no, no. Where we are is also Bhagwan, Sthanam. So, so there is no time when we are away from Bhagwan. So Nidhanam. Nidhan is where we store things, whether it's a treasure hunting, where we can say, okay, this is where the treasure is stored. All fortunes, all knowledge, all the jivas, all pleasures, joys, virtues, we say Sarva Guna Nidhanam. Sarva Guna Nidhan means where all the gunas are stored. So Bhagavan is that, Sarva Guna Nidhan. And is also Sarva Shri Nidhan. That means all the wealth or the virtues, all are Bhagavan only. So all the karmas are also stored in Bhagavan. The reason is we forget the karmas, right? But somebody has to remember to give us karma phala. So we can say, I don't remember, but Bhagavan says, don't worry, it's all recorded. I am the witness. I take care of all that. So cannot escape from that. So Bhagavan says, I am the bijam. Bijam is the seed of the universe. Because we say it is seed because it is the cause. Because without cause, we can say, oh, but for every effect, there has to be a cause. So that's why we go back to the ultimate cause. Uh, no matter what kind of creatures are there, but they have all come from somewhere. So that bijam is Bhagwan. Avyayam. Avyayam means which is, see, normally a seed when it is planted, it undergoes a particular modification. So the seed is destroyed for it to become a sapling, to become a tree. But Bhagwan in that bijam, it never goes through any change. It never doesn't go through any modification. But the world comes around, not just one. There is infinite number of such Brahmand have come about. The time, the space, everything has come out of that bijam only. So that is avyayam. That means it is changeless. So it is the seed and it is unchanging seed. So we have Bhagavan clarified, because when we think of seed, we think of, okay, once that it has planted, the seed is gone. But also, if you think about it, the tree then creates fruits, and the fruits are filled with seeds. So there is one seed creates multiple seeds, which can create a forest. So uh, point is, we worship Bhagwan in all these forms. We have to understand that this Bhagwan is telling Arjuna that I am all of that. So Bhagwan is not singing his glory. Bhagwan is telling some facts so that he doesn't think that Bhagwan is different from everything else. So, uh, and we also offer Bhagwan to Bhagwan. जैसे गंगा जल में खड़े होके you offer गंगा जल to do tarpana or whatever. So Ganga Jal is coming from Ganga and you are offering it back to Ganga. So same way, like flowers you offer to earth, or you put it in front of the idol. So the flowers have come from earth, going back to earth, you know. So the earth is Bhagwan also. So this is what, this is how we have to understand that the even, okay, anyways. So this is how we have to understand this whole, the glory of Bhagwan. And now Bhagwan continues the next verse. I was thinking I'll finish it, but I think I'm too slow. uh, we can we'll wrap it up uh, next week. We are not meeting on care anyway. Let me just conclude first, and then we'll go from there, and then we'll have the question answers. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमेव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः. All right.